Good day, everyone, and welcome back to another discussion of history of art around the world. Today, me and my partner are going to tackle about the history of art, known for its exquisite designs and mind-blowing patterns that involves geometry. So, for today's discussion, the art that we are going to discuss is Islamic art. But before we start the discussion, we provide a list of learning objectives on what you expect to learn in our presentation for the day. So here are the learning objectives. The first one is a preview of Islamic art and its impact around the world. Number two is learn about the history of Islamic art. Third one is to discuss the different techniques and compositions used in Islamic art. Then the fourth one is to keep us engaged in various cultures and beliefs that are associated with art. And the fifth one is to enumerate the importance of Islamic art in our society. So, to give you an overview what Islamic art is all about, we will emphasize and provide a detailed knowledge on what is Islamic art. We will also discuss the techniques and compositions as well as the importance of Islamic art not only to Muslim people but also in the field of arts and designs. So, next slide please. So, what is Islamic art? So, Islamic arts. So, Islamic art is a sacred art form that is originated in Muslim countries and involves cultural and religions beliefs in their art. The term Islamic art not only describes the Muslim faith but also characterizes the art of architecture historically produced in the lands ruled by Muslims, produced for Muslim patrons, or created by Muslim artists. So, next slide. So, Islamic art. Islamic art is also famous for its glamorous and ungrand architecture, and we often see Islamic art through mosques such as the famous Taj Mahal in India and the Alhambra Mosque in Granada, Spain. We also see Islamic arts through ceramics, paintings, glassware, stained glass, and textiles. So, as I said earlier, Islamic art is famous for its majestic architectural designs, and these architectures includes the following, which are the mosque, madrasas, tombs, palaces, the hammams or the public baths, that the one that you can see here in the middle. So a quick view what are the hammams is a hammam is a public bathroom that contains a hot steam which originated from Istanbul and other Islamic countries. The purpose of hammam bath is to give massage the muscles and exfoliate the dry skin. So next is the Sufi offices, or you can see here in the third picture. The purpose of um, Sufi offices, or it is a building designed specifically for formal and social gatherings of a Sufi brotherhood, and it is also a place for spiritual retreat. And next are the fountains and sables, commercial buildings, and military fortifications. So next slide, please. So here are the examples of mosque and mausoleums in Islamic art. So, and these Islamic architectures are mosque. Most of these mosques are held by UNESCO World Heritage Site as one of the most glamorous mosques in the world. So here are the examples. So Taj Mahal in Agra, Uttar Pradesh in India. Next is the Alhambra in Granada, Spain. The third one is the Shah Mosque in Isfahan, Iran. The fourth one is the Dome of Rock in Jerusalem, Israel. The fifth one is the Great Mosque of Samarra in Samarra, Iraq. The sixth one is the Citadel of Aleppo in Aleppo, Syria. Next is the Great Mosque of Cordoba in Cordoba, Spain. Next is the Süleymaniye Mosque complex in Istanbul, Turkey. And of course, here in the Philippines, we also have mosque and Islamic architectures, and these are Dimaukom Mosque in Mindanao, Philippines, and Masjid Al-Dahab in Manila Golden Mosque and Cultural Center in Quiapo, Manila, Philippines. So now we are going to the history of Islamic art. History of Islamic art. So, Islamic art covers a wide range of geography and was originated in the 7th century BC from Muslim countries or the East Asia. The term Islamic refers to the word Islam, in which the art is associated with their belief to Allah and the blessings that Allah gives to the people. Next slide, please. So, Islamic art revolves in many artistic fields and it takes us back to 14,000 years ago. However, the term Islamic art does not exist before, and in 19th century they gave a modern recognition of the name, which is Islamic art. Next slide, please. So again, we're here in the history of Islamic art. So history of Islamic art. Islamic art was influenced by a lot of culture, particularly in Roman, early Christian art, and Byzantine styles, Sasanian art of pre-Islamic Persia, Central Asian styles brought by various nomadic incursions, and Chinese influences appear on Islamic painting, pottery, and textiles. So there are similarities present in Islamic art, such as the techniques and color from other artworks. So that's all about the history of Islamic art. Now we are going to discuss the famous Islamic artists and the artworks. But to give you an overview of Islamic artists, um, these are all architects who built iconic buildings and contributed a lot in the field of arts and architecture. And the first one is Muhammad I of Granada. He was the one who conducted the idea and initial builder of Alhambra Palace in Granada, Spain. The palace was built in 1238. So he was the architect for the famous Alhambra Palace in Granada, Spain. So next one is Ustad Ahmad Lahori. He was a Mughal architect and Persian descent who built the architecture behind Taj Mahal in Agra, India. The famous building was built in 1632 to 1648 for Mumtaz Mahal. So to give you a quick preview of the history of Taj Mahal, um, is that it was the Mughal emperor named Shah Jahan the idea to create a mausoleum. So the emperor Shah Jahan asked Ustad Ahmad Lahori to design the Taj Mahal in memory of his wife Mumtaz Mahal. So the was built in 1632 AD to 1648 AD. So next slide, please. So for the next one, we have a variety of architects here. So their names are Ali Akbar Isfahani, Baha Al-Din Al-Amili, Ustad Ali Akbar Isfahani, Ustad Fereydun Naimi. So they are the ones who built the Shah Mosque in Isfahan, Iran in between 1611 to 1629. It became a UNESCO World Heritage because of its exquisite Persian architecture and intricate designs. So now we are going to the techniques and compositions of Islamic art. So techniques and compositions. Islamic art was inevitably subject to a wide range of regional and even national styles and influences, as well as changes within the various periods of its development. Islamic art is a sacred art form that has a lot of detailed and intricate designs which made it unique from other techniques. So geometry is common in Islamic culture and can be seen through architectures, textile floral motifs, carpets, etc. The techniques and compositions of Islamic art is associated with sophisticated use of abstraction and various geometrical figures that includes exquisite and complex patterns. So, again, to summarize, based on the designs in the Islamic art, you can see how detailed and how perfect the patterns are because this is why geometry is associated in Islamic art. We all know Islamic art is associated with intricate designs and its majestic forms, but there is no doubt Islamic art was influenced by a lot of cultures, especially those in Central and East Asia. Because of its majestic and detailed designs, it became popular or well known to the world. And lastly, the techniques and compositions of Islamic art. Islamic architecture consists of a wide range of both secular and religious styles from the foundation of Islam to the present day. Thus, it influences the designs and construction of buildings and structures of Islamic culture. So, Islamic art influences some modern type of architecture, especially in interior designs. It is very popular in interiors because of its exquisite and elegant style. So, now we are going to the second part of our discussion, and here is John Eufen Bautista to further explain the colors, functions, and even contributions, as well as the recognitions of Islamic art to our society.
Today, the next we are tackle about Islamic art is color. The common use in Islamic art colors in Iranian paintings are green, blue, red, yellow, gray, and other colors are prominent in Iranian paintings. Shades of gold, silver, brown are also common in miniature paintings. In some miniatures, the sun is depicted in a golden color, while rivers or water depicted in silver color. Color variation is also discussed in the Quran. And the next one is function of Islamic arts. Function of Islamic arts in terms of culture. Muslim believes that depicting the human form is idolatry and thus a sin against God, which is prohibited in the Quran. In Islamic art, calligraphy and architectural elements are given religious significance. In terms of the culture, Islamic religious art is non-figural as opposed to Christian religious art. And the last one about function of Islamic arts in terms of history, Islamic art ev- evolved from a wide range of different sources. It incorporates elements of Greek and early Christian art, as well as great Middle Eastern culture, such as Egypt, Byzantium, and ancient Persia, as well as Far Eastern cultures such as India and China. And the next one, contribution of Islamic arts to our society. We all know Islamic art has made notable achievement in ceramics, both in pottery and in building, tiles reaching heights unrivaled by other cultures. Early pottery was usually unglazed, but Islamic potters developed a thin opacified glazing technique. And the last one we are tackle is the recognition of Islamic arts. In, in the Islamic world, calligraphy is a popular art form. It is considered the highest form of art in the Islamic world. Calligraphers were the most famous Islamic artists. It has also influenced the creation of a wide range of work of art, including ceramics, metalwork, and photography, to name a few, but also theater, architecture, and music. These are the reference of our report to gain more knowledge about what we are reported to all of you. So if you are interested to know more about Islamic arts, you can click it and learn more about the Islamic arts. The other one, thank you for listening. Don't hesitate to ask any question. Thank you.